Hey guys, it's Miss Nelson. Real quick, I'm going to go over the notes of how we need to do net worth. Okay, so net worth, we've got two pieces for net worth. We've got our assets and we've got our liabilities. So an asset is an item or an amount of money that you own. Okay, so we are going to own it. Sorry, guys. So examples of this, okay, is if you have a home that is paid off, so your home value, you could turn around and you could sell it. You don't got to pay anybody back. If you have cash, okay, if you have a savings account, if you have a checking account, any furniture. Okay, likewise, if you have a car that is paid off, you could turn around and you could sell it and you would pocket the value. The other piece is our liabilities, and a liability is an amount of money that you owe to a financial situation. So this could be, or institution, excuse me, this could be a loan that you took out. It's also a liability if you took a personal loan from a person, so your mom, your grandma, a friend, things like that. That is still a liability because you still owe it back. So this is going to be your credit card debt. Y'all learned last year that anytime you charge a credit card, you're going to have to pay that back. This is a student loan. This is a car loan. And this is even your house loan until you get it paid back and the mortgage fully paid back, and then you can owe that money. Okay, so this next piece, we are going to categorize these items as either an asset or a liability. So a house, the current value, so that means what you could turn and sell it for, that's going to be an asset. A student loan is a liability. Credit card is a liability. And a paid off automobile, that is the key word, paid off, so that means that it is an asset. You could turn around and sell it. Furniture is going to be an asset. You could sell it. Savings account is an asset. Retirement, an asset. I know y'all might not be really familiar with that, but if people are putting money away in a 401k or a retirement account, then that means that it's going to be theirs whenever they need it. And an automobile with a loan, so with a loan is going to be a liability. Okay, so if we look at this, it says that in order to find a net worth, a person's net worth is what you own minus the value of what you owe. So we like to say that net worth equals all your assets minus your liabilities. Okay, so we're going to work some examples really quick and show you what we actually do to be able to use numbers to be able to find it. So number one says Libby is calculating her net worth. Her assets have a total of $87,545 and her liabilities are $32,158. What is the value of Libby's net worth? Okay, so what we just determined, we know that net worth equals your assets. Let me erase that. Y'all know it does funny things. It's going to be our assets minus our liabilities. Okay, so for our assets, I'm going to start with my $87,545. And I am going to subtract my $32,158. So we're going to borrow. So that's 7, 13. So that's going to be an 8. 3. There's my comma. 5. 5. So our net worth, because our assets were more than our liabilities, is $55,387. Okay, number two, a financial planner is working with a client. She tells her client that she has a net worth of $105,630. If she has a total liability of $89,243, then what is the total value of her assets? Okay, so this one's a little bit different, okay, because we know that she has a net worth . Sorry, I was looking at something. Sorry. So we know that she has a net worth of $105,630, and we've got liabilities of a little bit over $89,000. Okay, so this one's a little bit different than the one we just did. We're still going to go back and note that our assets minus liabilities equals our net worth. Okay, so in this case, we know our net worth over here and we know our liabilities. Okay, so we're looking for our assets in this case. So this kind of goes back to that one-step equation that you guys learned last year. So I'm going to write it as a one-step equation so you can see what I'm talking about. So I know that my assets minus my liabilities, which is my $89,243, is going to equal my net worth, which is $105,630. So to get this question mark here, what I'm solving for, I have to be able to solve it. So I'm going to add my 89,243, and therefore I'm also going to add it to what my net worth is. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to add them because I'm looking for my asset. Remember, your net worth is what is left over. So if I add the two together, then that's going to get the total that I started with. So I'm going to add them together. So that's going to be 3 and 7 and 8. And I'm going to be 14 for the 1, so 9. So my assets is going to be $194,873. Okay, so we've got one more. This one's going to be a little bit different. Let's look at the next one. It says, Tanisha gathers all of her financial information in order to prepare her will. So a will is kind of the regulations of and the rules of what you want to happen with your belongings after you pass away. It says, categorize the various assets and liabilities in the table below. Then construct a net worth statement. Okay, so your net worth statement is going to be kind of like your check register. You're balancing everything out to figure out what it's going to be. All right, so we have a list over here. We have a house that has a current value of $75,500. So we have to decide if that's an asset or a liability. Because it says current value, that's going to be an asset. So over here, I'm going to write house. And I'm going to write my value of $75,500. My next piece is a car, and it also has a current value of $8,920. So because it's got a current value, that's a good thing. So it's also an asset. So $8,920. We have a credit card debt. So because it is anything that has to do with a debt, we know that this is going to be a liability. So I'm going to abbreviate that as CC. That is $30,175. We have student loan debt. Again, when you go to college, if you don't have the money to pay for it out of pocket, or you don't get loan or grants, excuse me, you got to take a loan. So I'm going to abbreviate that as student loan, and that's going to be my $75,630. And then we have a checking account. So you have that money already in your account, so that's going to be an asset. So $2,410. And then we have furniture and jewelry. So if you wanted to, you could sell that. So I'm just going to abbreviate furniture and jewelry, and that's going to be $800. Okay, so we need to find the sum of all of these put together. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding. So I know that that's going to be my 0, my 2, and that's going to be a 3. So I have 8 and 4 is 12, and then another 14. So that's going to be a 26. I have 10, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so my total assets is $87,630. Okay, so if we go over here to our credit cards, we know that these are going to be our negatives over here, but I'm still going to add them to find the total number of negatives that I have. It's going to be 5, 10, 8. Okay, so $105,805. So remember, to find the net worth, we are still going to take your assets and minus your liabilities. But in this case, our liabilities is more. So I'm going to be flipping it and know that my answer is going to be a negative. So $105,805. And I'm going to subtract my $87,630. I've got a 5 left over. Borrow. 7, 1. So I know that's going to be a negative. So my net worth is a negative 18,175. Okay, so then let's answer this question. It says, explain why Tanisha's net worth is different than those on the previous page. So in other words, the difference here is this net worth is negative. Why is this net worth negative? Well, because if you look here, her sum here is more than her sum for her assets. So the amount owed is more than she owns. So net worth is negative. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video. If you have questions, please be sure to let me know, or Ms. Hall know, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have in class. Bye guys.